All right, let's talk about NFTs. Many top projects in the NFT marketplace have seen a lull or sharp drop in sales over the past few weeks. One of the winning projects you see here is Moonbirds flying to their $200 million sales debut this week. Ownership of one of these 10,000 profile pics gets you membership into a private community of NFT collectors with private Discord access, in-person social events, and new releases. And last week, LVMH dropped a new NFT collection on its gaming app, Louis the Game. Players who reach a certain level have a chance to win free NFTs. Now, Warner Brothers is joining in on the action. And joining us now to discuss is Josh Hackbarth, head of NFT commercial development at Warner Brothers, and Preston Woo, chief strategy officer at Daz 3D. Hello there, Preston and Josh. Thanks for joining us. So maybe we'll start off with Josh. Maybe you can reflect on the NFT environment right now, what you like, what you dislike about it, and why you ultimately went down the route you are going down with this Warner Brothers NFT collection.
Yeah, for sure. And nice to meet you guys. We're super excited about just all of the innovation happening in the space, really. When we started to look into this market, it was really following where our fans were. And we saw, NFTs popping up, and some great engagements, some great communities being born. We have some of the best fan communities on the planet in some of our biggest franchise, DC, Matrix, and that's really what we did. We first followed the fan, saw a new way to engage, and really just started to put our team around innovating in the space.
So you're starting off with a Batman NFT. Now, what exactly will I own if I buy it? So it's like 200,000 of them, correct? So what am I getting? Am I getting any IP here? Or am I getting a nice, pretty picture that I can I share it? Like what exactly is going on with and why Batman first when you own Batman?
Do we get a phone?
But why Batman first and not Mad Magazine, which you own as well, and which I'm a huge fan of as well? Come on.
Yeah. Well, it's a great question. I mean, I think to your first question of what do you get? I mean, I think what we did here is we took a very design-centric approach, which Preston can touch on in a second. But more importantly, it's a connection to a DC community in a way that we haven't really been able to do before, right? It's completely verifiable and indisputable that you're part of this community, and it allows us to play with that community in ways we haven't really been able to before, right? And so we look at it as the evolution of a digital collectible, or the evolution of the collectible space in general. The difference is that we can pack that collectible with all sorts of benefits and features that we weren't able to do if you pick one up at a physical store. But Preston could definitely weigh in on the design approach.
Yeah, and also, what exactly, Preston? What exactly is it? It's an image of what? Like, what's this Batman, the particular Batman NFT, an image of?
Sure.
Oh, so this absolutely. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Preston.
Oh, go ahead, Josh.
No, my internet's lagged.
Okay, no problem. Yeah, so what we did at Daz 3D is we helped create the design, and so it's 200,000 unique 3D bat cowls. There has never been anything done at this scale. We know there's billions of Batman fans, and so what we did is we took a fan-first approach, and we designed unique bat cowls that draw from the rich lore and history of Batman. So you'll see cowls that reference the various eras of movies from the 80s and 90s and 2000s. You'll see really cool storylines influenced in these cowls. So everything from the Arkham Knight to the Batman Who Laughs, you'll have a cowl that has the jagged spikes coming out of the collar. We also referenced the villains. So you'll see, this is interestingly enough, so some of the bat cowls are things like the robotic Mr. Freeze, the icy one, or the soft stitch leather from Catwoman. And my favorite is we also did what's Batman without his cool gadgets. And so some of the cowls have attachments and accessories things like a taser attachment, or my personal favorite, the rebreather, that Batman can swim underwater and breathe. So there's a bunch of Easter eggs too.
So to be sure, though, it doesn't include any of the Adam West versions, correct? You guys don't have the IP on that, sadly. Is that my understanding? Or
do you want to comment on that?
I'll say I think what the fans are going to see in the collection is inspiration from every version of Batman out there, and I think,
if it's that,
that'll be
I'll
part of the fun. I think part of the fun of that is we'll see, as the marketplace opens and as we see, you'll be able to go pick the one that most relates to your personal fandom. So that's the exciting part.
And if I could
Preston,
drop a little alpha
that...
too. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh. No, go ahead.
I was my personal what I'm really excited about is the Batman cowl, the animal cowl that comes from the new 52. So that's the one I'm going to be gunning for once it goes on sale.
So you mentioned like there would be all these sort of cool features that are not that an actual physical collectible would not have. Can you expand on that a bit? Because part of the whole NFT craze, of course, is like the reselling them, and then I assume that there's like are there limitations on that? I assume that obviously people don't have any copyright rights. So obviously they're not getting a physical thing. So what are some of the things they're getting instead of that physical thing that makes up for that?
Yeah, it's a great question. So first of all, there will be a marketplace for buying and selling these, as I meant, like a kind of a extension of a collectible space. And so you can go find the one that most relates to you. As far as our approach to this is, it's really about access into things that we couldn't do with past technology, right? So we can offer this fan base access to different types of consumer products, different other types of collectibles that aren't available to anybody else. But more importantly, we can bring them in and to tell a Batman cowl story. So we're almost approaching the Batman cowl in this way as almost a new character. And you're going to see the cowls actually integrated into official DC comics and canon in the future. And so it's really kind of a front row seat to that process. And in addition, we're going to be offering our fans, again, because of the technology and how it allows, we can offer them sneak peeks into things to a very small group of fans. I mean, we have tens of millions of Batman fans around the world, and this is going to be kind of a backstage pass. Whether we're doing behind the scenes tours of the archives only for this group, we can bring in the creators for Ask Me Anything kind of chats, that kind of stuff. So it's really going to be a really fun way to experience your Batman fandom in a way that we haven't been able to do technologically in the past.
Yeah, well, we saw that Marvel Comics, they also launched a Spider-Man NFT series last year. It sold out in minutes, and they got $4 million in profits. But I see here that you actually estimate profits of being $60 million. So I wonder where you got that figure from. What is your sense of the demand out there?
Yeah, I mean, I think. I'll correct you on the profit piece, but I think what we're doing here is we're bringing 200,000 of these cowls to market. That number is we know we have a very passionate fan base out there, and we want to be as available to as many people as we can while still keeping the broader program feel somewhat exclusive. The price point that we have out there is in line with a lot of our other kind of premium collectible type pricing. And so we feel strongly that there'd be demand without all of the features that we're packing in there. But our goal and mission is to really use this as a launch pad to engage fans in, like I mentioned, a completely different way. I mean, we're innovating alongside the community.
It's $300 a piece, right? And if you have 20,000 of them, that's around 60 million. So
200,000. Yeah.
200,000.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
So it'd be about 60 million, no? Or what am I getting wrong?
Yeah, in revenue, absolutely. I was just correcting you on the profit piece because this isn't going to market without some significant effort on both sides.
But to Josh's point.
Yeah, go on, Preston, because
to Josh's point, I mean, this is a collection of 200,000. Earlier, you were talking about moonbirds or other PFP collections of 10,000 or maybe 20,000. This is an order of magnitude larger, and I think that's because of the amazing fan base that Batman has.
Yeah, but 200,000, I mean, in many ways, even though they're all unique, like obviously you didn't spend hours on each one. Otherwise, your profit margin would be like negative 5 billion or something. But there is sort of an economy to scale, correct? And you're running on the assumption that all 200,000 would sell out. Was 200,000 a little bit too many of these things going out there in the market? Do you think maybe you probably should have cut it a little bit, make it a little more scarce, and even though each one's unique, it's like, how much unique is it?
Yeah, I mean, I'll comment just on the overall strategy. We're very confident in our Batman fans, right? We know how much engagement we get from these fans out there, and we love them, and yeah, they're definitely out there, and we didn't want a project that was inaccessible, right? I think one of the things that you see with these smaller projects is they get to a point where the average fan can't enter, and we really do want this to be almost a give back to the fans and all the things that we're doing on it, and I think what you'll see as the program develops is it's not going to feel like a 200,000 project. There's lots of storytelling we're packing into this that will make it into much smaller kind of factions that you're going to be a part of. So it's a much bigger storytelling play for us than just let's drop a bunch of NFTs and good luck everybody. Right.
Oh, and just one last question before we wrap. But Coinbase is just opening up their new marketplace, and so where are you guys launching? There's OpenSea. There's so many out there. Nifty Gateway, Coinbase, and take it away.
Yeah. So our partner on this is Palm NFT Studio.
That was my other question. Sorry.
Yep. Yeah. No, that's perfect. So our partner on this is Palm NFT Studio. We're launching this on the Palm blockchain, which is a layer 2 sidechain on Ethereum, which we're super bullish about. We love the environmental aspect of layer 2s. We like to be compatible with mainnet Ethereum, and we're building our own marketplace for this. It's on nft.dcuniverse.com, and that's where a lot of our DC NFT efforts are going to live. We have solutions for lots of different types of fans beyond just this bat cowl as well. We have lots of other partners, but this person is, and our vision is not to build a closed system. We really want to allow fans to have that choice, and you'll see that approach evolve over time as well.
Yeah, I'm just quickly where the impetus for this came from. Like, was there actual demand for an NFT from you guys, or was it more sort of like a bunch of executives sitting in a room being like, let's create an NFT? And is the demand coming from sort of like crypto people, or, just ordinary fans who want to get into this? Like, just who is this targeting exactly?
Yeah, well, I can assure you it wasn't a bunch of executives sitting around saying, let's get into the NFT space. It was more, it really was, we're grinding in the Discords, we're where our fans are. And we have tried a couple of large scale projects along the way. We did a big launch with Space Jam last summer. We did another big launch around DC last October, where we gave away NFTs for free for our DC fandom event. Hundreds of thousands of them. And then we project for the 100,000 avatars completely generated. And we're seeing success at that scale. We're seeing that engagement. But we've never done it to the point where we could really pack it with extra stuff like we want to do with this. And so it was kind of, I grew up on the franchise side, right? So building, bringing in fans into things like Looney Tunes and Space Jam and things like that, and that's where we have an empty chair for the fan, and we sit them there, and we understand where we want to see this. We're probably years ahead of our average fan, right? But we want to kind of plant the flag that we're in this space, and this program is going to evolve over time, and we're super excited to follow that excitement.